Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Griff.
I'm Bucket.
What's up, guys? Oak's away this week at TwitchCon, so he'll be back next week, and I'm sure there'll be stories and stuff, but for this week, he is AFK.
I was gonna go with more the Halloween theme of we chopped him down.
No, yeah, but he'll be back next week, so he'll
We just
respawn, because it's
Yeah,
every
he just regrows like Groot.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Oh, does that mean that he comes back as a cute little baby tree?
There's
No.
nothing cute about him.
Wow. That's savage.
I mean, would you expect anything less from him now?
Well, speaking of Halloween themed, this is around the time whenever all the spooky games and everything do all of their Halloween updates and fun stuff, and of course that is what we spent some time doing this weekend. We played the new Phasmophobia update that has not only a Scary Asylum map now, but also a trophy hunt of sorts. It was kind of like the Easter egg event back in spring, where there's, back then it was just Easter eggs would spawn up and you would eat them on the maps and whatnot. Well, now it's like a 3-step process, and you can get a trophy for it. And it's when you load into certain maps on nightmare mode only, candy buckets will spawn up, and you can eat the candy. You have to get so many per map. It says on the
14 to 15.
Yeah, it's like 14 or 15.
One of them has 20.
We didn't get
we
to that
didn't
one.
do that one apparently.
Yeah.
So has its own number of candy buckets that you have to get. Once you get all of the candy buckets, then these pumpkins, these jack-o'-lanterns will spawn, and you have to go and light all of the jack-o'-lanterns, and then that changes the ghost model to a specific jack-o'-lantern type ghost model, and you have to get a picture of it. And that is how you complete that. And there's 7 maps that you need to complete.
It just puts a pumpkin head on the ghost. Whatever ghost you have, it just puts a pumpkin head on.
Oh, well, then I guess all of the ones that we had were the same ghost type, because it was the skinny guy.
We had a couple of different ones.
Did
no,
we?
we had one of the ones, Roadhouse, I think is what it was, had the fat dude in the pumpkin, because I let him chase me around the things in the basement for a while, and then he finally got me.
That must be why I didn't see him. I guess he didn't come out of the basement.
He was pissed.
Yeah. But if you do all 3 of those things on all 7 of the maps, then you get a trophy for your new lobby, because they updated the lobby and whatnot, and there's all these trophy cases, and you get the Halloween trophy. And it's really nice. My one of my disagreements with it is, it was me and Baka and Cat and Red, and we loaded into Willow Street 3 times in a row, and you cannot complete this objective if it is raining, because your lighter will not work outside because it is raining, so you cannot light the jack-o'-lanterns outside. It's like, why do you put these jack-o'-lanterns in places that you cannot obtain the completion with one of your weather, settings? And also, why did that weather setting spawn 3 times in a row?
We had that weather setting multiple times throughout the night, though. Because before we figured out it was on nightmare mode, like it was raining at the camp and like 2 or 3 other maps before.
Yeah, it seems like because the update, or because the thing has the objective for the pumpkins outside, the added difficulty is that the rain setting spawns more frequently. At least that's how it feels, because we don't usually have that many hard rain, ones in a string like that. So I don't know if they upped the difficulty curve on that just for funsies or what, but I don't know.
Also, we got gypped on one of the maps because it would not count the picture we took of the ghost with the ghost in it, like 3 different pictures of the ghost standing there looking at us, and it's like, no, there's no ghost there.
Yeah.
Not even
really
an interaction. It was like nothing.
I'm trying to see if I can find that picture, because I think I can actually put it on the screen for a second. Red took a picture and it would not recognize that there was a ghost in it. And it was like, how does this not count as a ghost photo? But I can't make it work. That's fine. But yeah, he took like 3 different pictures of it, and it's like, how do we not get credit for that? And it killed him too. There was no do-over on that one.
He died multiple times throughout the night. I died like every fucking time last night. Especially when we got into the nightmare mode. I was the one. Chicken is normally the one taking pictures, and since he was doing solo, I was the one taking most of the pictures and dying for it.
Well, I mean, Kat and I helped some. We're just not like very good with the camera. I get scared and throw things down instead of actually use the item. But I tried. I went with you several times with a smudge stick, so I tried to help.
Grip took my role. The backup.
It didn't help Red. I used the smudge stick when he was trying to take all of the pictures, and it did not help him at all.
On nightmare mode, me and Chicken have found out the ghost really doesn't fucking care about the smudge stick.
No, not at all.
Oh, wait, we also learned if you light the candles in the summoning circle while the ghost is hunting, it doesn't stun the ghost. And we did not realize the ghost had started a hunt.
I didn't know. I was outside and I had no idea.
Well, none of us knew. Like, and me and Red were down in the basement lighting the candles, getting ready, because we were going to summon it, have it stunned, take a picture, and haul ass. And it like popped up instantly and killed both of us.
Yeah.
Because we didn't realize it had started a hunt.
I didn't even hear, like I said, I was outside in the van. I didn't hear the door shut before you guys lit the candles. So, I mean, it must have started, as you were lighting the last one.
That's the only thing I can think of is, like, the second I went to light the last one, it started that hunt.
Yeah. That was super unfortunate. So, but Kat and I went in, we got a picture of it. Because we went in and the ghost evented. Thankfully. And
yeah, it was nice to y'all. It was like, no, fuck these two in particular.
Well, I mean, we didn't try to
be fair, like how many times do I call the ghost like all sorts of names? So.
Yeah, that's just karmatic payback, I guess.
No, that is not, because I've had the ghost pop up and kill me on the fucking stairs in our very first game. For no damn reason.
Well,
so
that's just for funsies.
That is the it is like Yoshi. That is the origin of the hatred there.
Well, there's Easter eggs in the new lobby, and things like that. The new Asylum map is pretty wild. Chicken and Kat and I played that one. Chicken, you can jump into the conversation at literally any point.
I mean, I just played a bunch of the solo matches, which are a fuck ton easier, by the way. Listening to those four struggle in the nightmare, it's night and day playing solo, because all the candy gives you 5% sanity. So I was getting around. Yeah, I was just going around eating the candies by myself. I would ignore the ghost. Like they would start doing spooky shit in the house, and I'm just like, nope, just gonna ignore you. Just letting you do your business. And it was nightmare, and they moved around so much. Like, after I got all the candies, I would go back out, and then I would go into the house and light all the pumpkins, and then I would come back out and try to pop pills to see where my sanity was. First thing you do on nightmare is you take a candle, you go you keep the candle on you, and you go to the power, and then you keep lights on all the time on nightmare. Don't ever play in the dark. Don't fuck with the sanity.
No, we were doing like we instantly went in and well,
one person, because 4 you're dropping all sanities at the same time.
But would go off and start hunting candy. I would go and find the power and turn it on, and so we can start turning on lights.
Yeah, I'd just go in, candle, turn on the power, go out, go back in, get with the flashlight and camera, find all the candies, go back in, light all the pumpkins. Try sanity pills. You can't take sanity pills if you're above 95% sanity. So that's one way to check while you're on nightmare mode. If you can't take pills, your sanity is still really high. So then I would just throw them down, go back in, and take the thermometer and just walk around the house if the power was still on and try to figure out where the hell it moved to, because my ghost moved all the time. One time it'd be in the bathroom, and then I would see lights down the hall flickering, and then I'd have to, like, as I'm looking for the candies, another room would start flickering, and it's like, okay, this motherfucker is just roaming around this house. So, but I'm ignoring him, not worried about it. But they got shafted on a picture, and I got gifted a picture. And it was Edgefield. It was in the main hallway. I got one picture early. Like, I was walking up the stairs at the very, very beginning, and the motherfucker spawned at the bathroom and just walked right at me immediately. And I got a picture of it, and then later on in that one, it wouldn't spawn for shit. I walked out of the house, walked back in, and I went to go up the stairs, and it spawned down at the bottom of the stairs, and I took a picture of the stairs, and it didn't say anything on the picture, but on the objective board, it gave me a picture for it. And I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this here, and just left. And it gave me credit for that
picture.
one. I think it was was it the Edgefield one? It was one of them. I loaded in, and I opened up the door. I walked in, and the motherfucker started the ghost event immediately, and I walked out, and the ghost walked to the main front door and just walked, like, got stuck in the walking animation trying to walk out the front door. And I was just like,
wanted to leave.
I'm just waiting. You go away so that I could go find the candy, okay? Because I just got here. Okay, nothing spooky yet. Just go back in your house and wherever you're spooking, and I'm gonna get back to candy hunting.
Yeah.
But yes, trying to find trying to get the picture solo is the hardest part on Nightmare. And then my first one was a demon, but I kept my sanity up the whole time, and it couldn't hunt above 80%. It never hunted. Thank God. Because it could have killed me at any point.
Yeah, it could have.
And I can't use the summoning circle as a solo player either. Too risky. If it's a doge and it kills, but if it's a doge and it kills me, like, you can't run away and hide. You can't take that risk. So, and I do not do the clues at all. Like, I just ignore it. If it's freezing temps, cool, that's a free one. But I'm not bothering with anything else.
We were still, like, trying to do the ghost hunt part on the back end, so, you know.
Too hard to try that shit solo, especially when I've got an objective in mind. I was like, all right, just need a picture of this thing and take a guess, and let's get the hell out of here.
I am glad that they didn't, like, I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know, oh, I wonder why they didn't use the new map for any of the Halloween stuff, but it's because even on the new Asylum, the Sunny Meadows Asylum one, even if you're playing the restricted where it's the small chunks of the maps, those are still, like, pretty large areas to try to cover
maps.
And try to find candy. And, like, I thought they would have done it for that, but then I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, I guess that makes sense. That place is huge. Like, even the truncated versions of it are still bigger than you want to spend time looking for snacks in. So I'm glad they didn't do that, but the new Asylum one is pretty neat. Baka only got to play one round on it last night, I think. So we'll have to play that just for funsies. I fucking died. Did you?
I think I did.
No, we all lived on that one. We left.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because it was in that, like, super far back room.
Or was it the camp one that I died on?
You died on the camp one for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Because you died and then Red died.
Yeah, that's right. I went to hide behind the barrels, and Red went to go. I saw him running towards my direction, and then veer off, and then he died, and then the ghost immediately went.
Yeah, it just went straight for you. I was like, really? How does it know he's back there? So, yeah, I killed you guys. Both of you were like, Kat and I, it shut the gate in my face because I was on my way back in. And then it started hunting, and it killed both of you, like, right in front of us. We just had to stand there and helplessly watch as our friends got murdered. It's like, oh, okay. This feels good.
Throw salt on the damn ghost.
I wish we could, like, through the fence, just, like, repel. It doesn't work like that, though. Yeah. We had fun doing that. We've also been hardcore leveling in WoW, so it's probably why we don't have a whole lot of interesting stuff to talk about. And I didn't have a discussion, so, you know. My discussion was, this is the Halloween event. a lot of games do Halloween stuff, but I have not been playing a lot of games right now, so I cannot speak on the other ones. I do know, and this will lead us into the news, in the past, Overwatch did Halloween events where you got the Junkenstein's thing.
Junkenstein's Revenge.
Yeah, which I don't know. They just launched Overwatch 2, mostly. And I don't know if they're doing the Halloween event because it's right at launch. But basically, they shut down Overwatch 1, and then the next day opened Overwatch 2, and then got DDoS'd, like, constantly.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was pretty awful, like unplayable from what I understand. And people couldn't log in, or if they could log in, they were waiting hours in queue time and things like that. And it's like, so this is going well. How's that working?
It's almost like an old school WoW expansion launch.
Yeah, I mean it's like it feels kind of like you should just be able to say, "Oh, typical Blizzard launch."
Typical launch.
I think they've got it mostly cleared up. It basically had Overwatch got attacked like twice in a row back to back, and I was like, did it really, or did it just not stop from the first one? Regardless, they had teams that stayed up around the clock, basically working on it, trying to fix things and make progress and things like that. So it seems like it's back to working order now, if you would like to, go play that.
It is free to play now.
Yes.
They went a whole battle pass style in this one, because Overwatch 1 is gone forever. You can never play Overwatch again. You have to play Overwatch 2. It's the only one that's available for people.
It did transfer all of your stuff, though, right?
Yes, if I were to load it up right now, they would say, congratulations, here are all fucking 800 boxes that you haven't opened.
All of the loot boxes you never opened, plus all of the stuff you already purchased. Cool.
Pretty much. Like, all your stuff gets transferred over.
There was a bug, though, that was, like, auto-purchasing things if you were in text chat. It seems like if you were in text chat in the character menu, sometimes it would start auto-unlocking. And they're not going to refund for that, even though it was a broken thing on their side, because I guess the server doesn't keep up with actual transactions. It just keeps up with this is unlocked and this is not. So even though some people got skins unlocked that they didn't want because of this bug, Blizzard's not gonna refund their currency for it. They're just like, yeah, play the game, you'll get some more, I guess. Which is kind of shitty.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that people don't like about the Overwatch, because you had to have, they took it off, by the way, having to have a phone number to log on to Overwatch 2.
And it couldn't be a prepaid phone. It had to be like an actual cell service phone, which not everybody has. I can really see both sides of that coin, though. Like, you want to protect your community by making the barrier to entry harder so you don't have people making multiple accounts just to be dicks. But you also don't want to penalize people that maybe don't have, regular cell phone plan because, prepaid works out better for them or whatever. So
you have to play when you make a new Overwatch 2 account, you have to play 100 games before you can play competitive 2. You unlock all the heroes through 100 games. So
the longest tutorial in the history of man.
It's like you get a new hero every 3 games, and you have to unlock all heroes to be able to play competitive.
Do you have to play those heroes as you unlock them? It's like, you've now unlocked, Junkrat. Now you have to play 3 games with Junkrat to unlock Roadhog. Now you have to play 3 games with Roadhog to unlock,
I doubt it's that way, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of like that anyway, just because it kind of forces players to learn the game more instead of just hopping in. But plus the people maybe, make the Smurf accounts aren't just like making them and just rolling through everyone so quickly.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to spend the time to play 100 games anyway before you can even get to competitive. So I imagine that's time consuming enough to deter many of the idiots. Because, I mean, ain't nobody got time for that. Let's be real.
I mean, you create a program, but I mean, even so.
Let's hope that their anti-cheat is strong enough to catch anything that has a program attached to it to be able to run it through the 100 games.
Yeah.
Well, Well,
but yeah, that's Overwatch 2. I mean, a lot of people aren't too happy with it. The battle pass takes too long to unlock shit, but as we've said before, if it's your main game, it's not going to take too long. You're just going to play it like everybody else. But it's definitely not creating the following that the first one did, because I remember when Overwatch, the original, came out, it was huge. And Overwatch 2 has quite a bit of viewers, but it ain't nothing like the original.
no.
It's got some.
I also heard a thing, and this is like a tangential thing, and I don't know where it came from, but I heard that they're trying to crack down on the porn being made of their characters by encrypting the animations.
Yep.
Like, I don't think that's gonna stop people the way that you think it will.
Nope. It will not. They could try all they want, but you know the internet. If it wants something, it's going to get it.
I mean, it's Rule 34. If it exists, there's porn of it. You're not gonna stop that.
And Rule 35 is if there isn't porn of it, there will be.
Oh, that's true. So I mean, you're not preventing anything. You're just making it a little bit harder, I guess, somehow.
That's what she said?
Oh no. No. Oh man. I had a great tie-in to another story with that, but I think that's just too risque. So, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So,
my curiosity, though, wants to know what it is.
Let's talk about, I guess let's talk about CDProjekt Red. They confirmed a sequel to Cyberpunk 2077, the next Witcher trilogy, and a new IP this past week. So they have a lot of stuff going on. And
they have just moved their Cyberpunk studio to Boston, I think it is.
Yeah, I think so.
To work on their sequel.
Yeah. I mean, well, and they've also got the expansion that's coming out with Phantom Liberty. I don't even know when that's supposed to come out yet. I've been so
early next year.
Out of the loop with it, but yeah. So I
think it's early next year, but
that's pretty interesting.
Hopefully they give us a better city this time, because Night City is great and we need more of it.
I don't know
more
that they
lively
would move
city.
Away from Night City.
No, I don't want to move away from Night City. I want more interactions with the city.
Expand upon the city.
Yeah, expand upon the city, because it feels just, I don't know, maybe technically limited, but the people didn't feel right. The vibe of the city felt pretty poorly programmed. You couldn't go inside of buildings.
The update?
No, you couldn't go inside of buildings. You didn't have free roam. I don't know.
I mean, you have free roam.
It's good, but they could have done so much more with it.
I mean,
especially
there's
with what was
a lot
promised.
of the buildings that you can go into, but I mean, do you know how much processing power it would take to allow you to be able to go into every single building? Especially buildings where it's like, why would you even be allowed in here? This is a business building, you know?
Welcome to the future. This is what they wanted when they first made this game. You saw what they were trying to make.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely shot for the stars, but I also think that... Okay, this is not meant to be mean, but I don't think that you've played the game enough to really be able to speak on that. Especially since they did do several updates that did liven up the city and change a lot of stuff about the NPCs, and you're not seeing 27 of the same guy walking the same path at the same time kind of thing anymore. It's not the same game that it was when it launched in 2020. So I would argue that if you were to play that game and wander around, you'd probably be a little more satisfied with that, because there are a ton of open shops that you can just walk into. Even if, I do wish they had done some stuff with the food purchasing and whatnot. There's so many things, so many food shops around that have really neat stuff, and it's well, I don't need to buy any of this because every dude that I kill has 37 pieces of pizza on him, so why do I need this? But they do have a lot of life to the city and a lot of conversations that you can listen in on and things like that tie into, sometimes it ties into pieces of the story or side missions that you can do. Sometimes it's just interesting shit that you can know about the city or about the people that live there and things like that. There's definitely a lot to it. but it does require you to actually go in and want to like sit on a park bench and chill out for a little while you people watch. You know? Not every NPC comes up to you and is like, "Hey dude, let me tell you this cool thing about our city now." It's not like that. It's like a real city. But I say that as somebody that enjoys the game and has played since the several updates that they've done to it and things like that, and seen a lot of the improvements that they've worked on. So I think Night City has a lot to it, especially if you're reading like the data logs that you can pick up and everything. Like, if you really want to immerse yourself in the lore of the city, there's plenty of ways in game to do so. It's there for you. You just have to want to go get it.
That's part of the problem, is that there wasn't that want to go get it for some people.
For some people, but you asked for it, and then
people,
it's there, and you didn't go get it.
I'm not saying for me. I'm saying for some people. Like, I've read a lot of comments and threads and things like that. Like, that was the main complaint, was that they didn't deliver Night City like it was promised.
Yeah.
And maybe it's better now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, I try to see broad views of things, because I know you are the number one spokesperson and critic of Cyberpunk, but you are definitely biased.
I mean, I enjoyed the game. I understand its flaws and things like that. I'm not saying it's the greatest game out there, but for you to say that, you wish that there was more interaction with the city, having not even played the whole game, is kind of, that's kind of rough. That's kind of like, I want more of this thing that I didn't want to do.
Because it didn't entice me enough. That was part of the problem, is that it didn't. Fine. I know, and that's why I'm saying, if you want it to be good enough, it has to be able to pull you in. I've played a lot of games in my day, and I've finished a lot more games than other people. A lot more games. And this one just fell off because it just didn't. It started getting way too predictable, and I mean, I've read the endings and whatnot, and it feels like you don't get a fully satisfactory ending. I do like that they branch it at the end pretty well, depending on and how some of it can go, leaving it pretty broad without spoilers. Mm-hmm. So, depending on how you act in each encounter, it can be the end, and then you just restart and keep going and things like that. I mean, it was the same thing with Mass Effect. If you made a wrong choice for a certain individual, that's the branching choice that you get, and that just ends right there.
Right.
So I definitely enjoyed that, but it felt futile quite a bit there, and forced from my perspective, and that's why it just fell off a bit there, because I was definitely towards the end chapter of it, and it just didn't pull me into finish.
Well, I wonder if it's because you didn't do some of the side quest stuff that actually gets you into the city and the feel of it.
I did almost every side mission.
Okay, because I don't recall you being that far. Like, the Meet Hanako at Embers one, which is the final mission, comes up, like, super quick if you're running through the actual story, which is why people meme on it all of the time. It's, Meet Hanako at Embers, and she's, like, 87 years old, because you're still just out in the city fucking around, doing all the side stuff and meeting your friends and everything, getting to know them. But, I don't know. It's fine. It just wasn't your cup of tea. That's okay. Maybe the new IP is they haven't said anything about it except for that it exists. It will be an entirely distinct IP. That's it. That's all the detail you're gonna get on it right now. And of course, the new Witcher stuff, which also not a whole lot. Just it exists, which is better than what they did with Cyberpunk in the back in the beginning. Because I think it was 2012, maybe a little earlier. They showed off that one trailer with the girl in the street and the cops, and then like nothing else. It's like, y'all, please don't do that again. Don't show a thing when you're that early in development again, because that only hurt you in the long run.
It's nothing but not. When's it going to be out? When is it going to be out?
Yeah, and
yeah, I finished Tapeworm. I was actually in the last act. I had to go start the last mission, and that's when I
Meet Hanako at Embers?
Yeah, that was the last mission.
Yeah,
because I was like
I said,
swear
you can
did
come
that
up
part.
on that really fast and have not done anything in the city.
You definitely can tell how you're progressing through the story, and they make it very obvious in the face, because it's like, oh, static, more headaches, serious headaches, you're in trouble. And then you're like, okay, that's how you can feel the progression of the main story with your character. So, and it never really affected you outside of the main story either.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of times where, you get some kickback or somebody mentioning that you don't look so great and things like that, especially with your side companion stuff, because that's optional.
That
your
is
side
true.
companion stuff, it definitely plays a part in that stuff. And there's, the 4 of them that you can work on and do stuff for, plus all of the gigs and the little police bulletin things and all of that stuff. And your side friends that you meet up with, like Claire and all of that. So
yeah, like I remember that is a nice touch to it for sure.
I feel like if you wanted more city stuff, you should have gone and done more of the optional stuff.
Like I said, I will look it up too, and I will show you how many of the side stuff, because I did almost all of it.
I mean, I don't know what else to discuss. You don't seem terribly interested in the Witcher one or the new IP, so...
The Witcher one? It's supposed to be completely new. Like, I don't think it's based on their books. The house that it follows, or the people that it follows. Can't think of the fucking name. The clan?
I don't know how it works in The Witcher, to
They're
be honest.
different groups of Witchers.
Yeah, it's a group of Witchers.
But which I mean, there's going to be some people that are not going to enjoy the whole thing of it not following Geralt. But
the schools, god damn it!
I feel like he got his whole story, right?
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
The Blood and Wine DLC, Geralt is done. Goodbye. He's done. We're done with him. We're moving on. If only other companies and people could put their characters to the fucking side and be, we're done with their story. Yeah. But yeah, he's done.
I wonder if they'll let you make your own Witcher then, if it's not going to follow any of the books or anything.
That would be interesting to be able to have a custom character.
Yeah. Because in the books, there's only the Wolf, Cat, and Griffin schools. Those are the only 3 schools. And CDProjekt Red created the Bear, Viper, Manticore, and Crane. And now they're creating a new school called Lynx, which is what I think our new character is going to be from.
Maybe you get to choose. Maybe it's like Harry Potter-esque, and you get to choose which house, or you get sorted based on a questionnaire before you start the game.
No, you don't want to do that. You're gonna get too big of a starting tree. You're gonna start from a bush and spread out into this giant tangled web.
That'll give you lots of replay value.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, on my 37th replay, I decided to be this one.
It'd be right up Griff's alley. She loves replay games.
Maybe. Just have to.
I mean, you gotta play Witcher 3 first.
I know. I need to try it.
I'd have to read what's the benefit of each school and figure out which one's the best for how I want to play.
You mean which one's the cheesiest?
I mean, close
yes is the answer to that
question. That's funny. Well, that's gonna be interesting, and the new IP, we'll just have to wait and see when that comes around to actually being something, what that's gonna be like. But I'm kind of, with that discussion and the possibility of a create your own Witcher kind of deal, that kind of makes me interested to see which direction they go with that. I'm into it now. It's on my radar. Cool.
I will say, if they were not to say customized games are bad, but if they were smart to do like this, they would definitely create a character that they could sell this game from. Like like they did with The Witcher. Geralt
Yeah.
was the selling point. Like his
true.
critical reception is what drove that game. Everybody loved him. Like, and yes, he had a backstory based on the books too, but people who did not know the books started playing, fell in love with that character.
Yeah.
And that is what drove you into that story. Same thing. They've got to create something to drive people in and then create great gameplay around that, and then they've got a perfect style like they did with The Witcher 3. It's so complicated. There's so many systems and nuances that you can either go wubba wubba / and just do whatever, or you can play it hardcore with signs and potions and food and like strategies, all sorts of crazy small things that make you just a bit better.
But I think that you can also, when you put in that many things that you need to manage, can overwhelm players as well.
That's why you don't turn those on if you don't want to.
Well, I guess that's true. As long as it's,
that's why I said you go wubba wubba / and you good to go. You use steel for people and you use silver for monsters, and that's it. I think the amount of systems they have is good. Though I would not put any more in there, because you have the option whether you want to invest hard into them or if you want to ignore them and just, slash shit and move through the story. You're good like that too. They've got a little bit of everything. Good characters, good gameplay, a variety of choices, talent trees. Like, that's why Witcher 3 is so good.
I really need to sit down and try to get into that.
Thousands of hours.
Yeah. I've tried it twice, and I wonder if it's going to be similar to Skyrim for me, where it's like the game that everybody loves, and it's a fantasy setting, and you would think that it would be right up my alley, and I just can't get into it. Because that was how it was for Skyrim. Like, we started our Skyrim together, and that made it better for me, because it was, I could co-op it with somebody. But by myself, it's like, man, you want me to go where now? Why? I don't care. So...
Yeah. Griff is not a medieval fantasy player. She is a futuristic style.
I mean, I like Dragon Age.
Yeah, I was going to say, which is also weird because she likes Dragon Age, but you like Dragon Age because it offers you a lot of customization too.
I mean, I like customized character options on things like that. I guess except for Dragon Age 2, I play the default Hawk, the male Hawk. But
canon. He's the canon character.
Actually, he is, but not the way I play him. I almost never play him as mage. The canon is male Hawk mage.
That's weird.
And that's just not... I guess that's just not my jam.
I figured like warrior or something.
Mage, because with Dragon Age, the whole Templar Mage War is the crux of the whole series just about. So they always want to give you that mage character to make you feel like the outsider hero that can rise above kind of deal. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try The Witcher again, and I'm interested to see what they do with future Witcher. So, and the only other thing that we had that was really big to talk about this week was we got to see the trailer for the new Super Mario Brothers movie,
which was actually pretty good. It was far more epic than it had any right to
the
be.
trailer. I was like, why is this so epic? What is this?
Yeah, like
I was expecting, a funny cartoony thing, and it did deliver on the humor, obviously, but it was like, Bowser's so dark and gritty, and what's going on here? And then I do understand one of Vaca's criticisms is it just sounds like Chris Pratt.
That is everybody's criticism, is why would you get this actor and then just have him speak lines? It's terrible. It's just Chris Pratt.
Yeah. I think I liked the choice
I think
for Bowser.
they should have gotten the normal voice actor for Mario for the games.
I guess they felt like they were going for a bit of realism, and that voice is more cartoony than they would want. But I think that it's gonna be hard to watch the movie, specifically with him, and dissociate that's Chris Pratt versus that's Mario, because it just sounds like Chris Pratt.
To be fair, like even though what wasn't in the trailer, I know was that Seth Rogen's going to be Donkey Kong.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically just going to be that's the same thing. It's just going to be like, oh, okay, he just it's Seth Rogen in a monkey costume. Got it.
Pretty much.
I think Seth Rogen does have a little bit more range than that. And I think it's possible that he might, sound more like a voice actor than, look, it's Seth Rogen, but
I'm gonna laugh my ass off if everybody is if like the Nintendo Studios is trolling everybody, and that isn't actually Mario's voice. That's just like the voiceover that they did for the trailer, and then when the movie comes out, he sounds entirely different. Like we did, we fixed the Sonic movie. Maybe we're just messing with them, and they can give criticism. They're like, okay, these people are gonna get a kick out of this. We're gonna release the trailer right before the movie comes out. And everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, they changed it. It's like, no, it's always been like that. We're just fucking with you guys.
Also, one of the big points of contention is the shot that they're using, the promotional shot, is Mario's back as he's looking up into the city with all the little toads
God, you
around
had to bring
and
this
whatnot.
up, right?
Yeah, people are upset that his butt's not round. It's like, that's not really immediately where my eyes went with this picture, but y'all do you, I guess. But people are actually legit worried about that, and it's like, is this really a thing that bothers you?
I saw something. Someone did a side-by-side comparison image between the video game version, like his backside, and then the movie one.
Yeah.
And they were like, look what Nintendo took away from us.
Yeah, and it's like, nobody should be watching Mario's butt. Y'all are weird.
I mean, we kind of do when we play the games.
Yeah, but I mean, you're not staring at specifically his round jiggly cheeks.
I like
while watching them clap.
Specificity of that.
So mean.
Clapping those overalls.
Oh my god. I can just hear Red from states away screaming something about a dump truck. We're just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, that movie comes out this week? Next week? When does that movie come out? Maybe it doesn't come out soon, does it?
March 23rd.
Okay, so it's next year. I was like, wait a minute. That's the wrong date.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Maybe it's gonna be really awesome.
Oh, I bet money this movie's gonna be good. Yeah, 2023.
Nintendo bought a
April 7th
movie studio as well.
Yeah.
So that makes me think that they did the rights with Illumination for the Mario movie, so they could get the money to get that basically learn from them more or less on how to do like a movie like this, so they can start producing their own like in-house movies.
Probably.
Like with their other Nintendo characters, like with Samus or Link with the Legend of Zelda.
Man, they would.
The Smash Brothers universe is coming together perfectly.
Yeah, kinda. Because I mean, they collaborated with Sony years ago to do a CD-based system when they were like before they did the Nintendo 64, and so Sony basically did that where they learned how to make a gaming system and went and made their own after Nintendo cut ties and were like, no, we're just gonna stick with cartridges. So maybe they're like, well, we could probably do that with the movie stuff.
I mean, they're going to. Like, Detective Pikachu did well. The Sonic movie did well. The second Sonic movie did well. Let's get the Mario movie in there. Yeah. Let's get a Metroid movie in there. All animated, though. I guess you could do somewhat live action if you want.
Metroid would be a little bit darker, though.
Yeah. I guess it depends on whether or not they want to try to take that route, or they try to please all of the audiences, or if they want to be very family friendly,
They'll probably Metroid would probably be like much further down the line, and they would probably focus more on like Mario and
Donkey Kong movie coming up.
Donkey Kong
movie soon.
The Donkey Kong Kirby would be another one they would probably do, and once the audience that they originally targeted got a little bit older, maybe do a Metroid.
I feel like you'd be hard pressed to do this kind of movie with Kirby. I mean, I love Kirby, but he eats stuff. Like that's his thing. don't know that you could really do a 2-hour feature film around a little piece of pink bubblegum that sucks up junk. You know?
You could. You definitely could.
Have it voiced by Seth Rogen again.
Yes.
So that's the problem. Kirby always eats things because he has the munchies. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll see how that goes next year. And then see what Nintendo does after that. I guess it really will depend on the success of this movie, though. But
It'll do fine. I bet money on it.
I think if nothing else, the curiosity is going to get people to go see it or stream it, because it'll probably be one of those things where you can see it at the theater or you can video on demand through a specific service. So
I just thought of something. I think of the bong rips that Kirby could do.
I mean, you're not wrong. That is his whole MO. But well, is there anything else for this week? No.
Not really.
No.
Okay.
Mario
week.
was really the biggest thing.
Or the smallest, considering how much.
Yeah, I was
butt
about
he
to
lost.
say. It's actually the smallest thing.
Well, thanks for watching or listening to our podcast, because it is a thing that we do, and I hope that we hope that you enjoyed it. You can check us out on Twitter at InfiniteResPC, which I almost never use anymore, but we're there, and you'll know when I post things, because I usually post it to Twitter, and that's about all I use it for. You could have a more direct link to us by joining the Chicken Coop Discord, which is linked down below or wherever links are on this podcast platform that you're using. You can join that, and we're there a lot of the time. Just, put in a topic. We'll start talking to you about it. That's how it works. Chicken is not streaming just yet, but soon-ish on Twitch.
We'll see when. I mean,
Yeah.
it's...
His work has still been busier than expected. This October is feeling more like this July, but it's twitch.tv/EliteChicken313 is where you can go and follow him and watch his streams and Oak streams. I don't know what Oak's schedule is right now.
He said he's taking like 3 weeks off.
Yeah,
or 2
he was
weeks off
taking
or
some
something.
time off, and then I don't know when he's coming back. He probably said it, and I've forgotten it because I have the memory of a goldfish. But you can find him on Twitch at twitch.tv/MDBOaktree, and I think he streams on YouTube as well, but I don't know how you find him on YouTube, because I don't know how
You join his Discord.
Yeah, you can join his Discord, or find him on Twitter, actually, would be the better way, because I don't have a link to his Discord, but on Twitter, he's at MDBOaktree, and I'm at Griffslynum. I almost never use Twitter anymore, but if you at me with something, I'm sure I'll see it eventually, probably. And then Baka is at BakaPickle on Twitter. Or, just join the Chicken Coop, and you can talk to all of us. We're all there. I'm just going to go back to that. Like, that is literally the easiest way to interact with us at all, because it's
Discord.
not only, like, on our PCs where we're usually at, but it's also on our phones, so if we're away from our PCs, we can still see it. Discord's pretty great. So, did I miss anything? I know that's a super different outro from Oak, but
No, that was most
I
of
want to
it.
make sure I checked all the boxes off, and I didn't actually
Should have made
make
a
list.
sticky note.
Yep, should have, didn't. I guess that's everything. If I've forgotten anything, I'm sure somebody will let me know. And if you want to have a conversation about anything that we talked about today, you can either leave comments on our YouTube, or you can join the Chicken Discord for the 100th time. Just join it. Anyway.
Yeah, Griff's got the mascot right there behind her.
The chicken? Yes.
Yes.
Well, for Infinite Respawn, I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Baka.
Bye.
Bye.
Please hang up and try again.